YouTube. Keith Thurman versus Shawn Porter. Great fight. Both of those guys fought with their hearts out. I just want to make a few points, man, on this one. So hopefully this is not a long one. I just want to keep this short and let's just stick with facts here. For me, yeah, I'm gonna stick with the fact. Keith Thurman won. That's fact number one. In my opinion, he won, and my opinion is backed up by the fact that he actually won the fight. Some people, for some reason, had Shawn Porter, but at the end of the day, the score should have been wider. I really only had Shawn Porter dominating two rounds in this fight. It was a 12-round fight. I only seen him win actually like 2 rounds, with 2 rounds where I said man, this Shawn Porter dominated this round, he won this round. And they got some saying if it's a close round or a swing round or something like that, you give it to the champion. And who had the belt? Who was defending this belt at the end of the day? Shawn Porter? No. He lost his to Kell Brook. Shawn Porter was the challenger. The guy that was defending his belt was, Keith one-time Thurman. So the close rounds, swing rounds, actually they should have gone to the champion, right? So the champion being Keith Thurman. Well, there you go. I mean, if you had some rounds I'm not sure, it's really close, it's really tight, then hey, Keith Thurman. Now, as far as the crowd booing, man, one of these channels mentioned the crowd booed and stuff like that and all this other stuff. Look, everybody's watching this fight live. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of emotion, a lot of energy in it, and you got to think about it. A lot of they don't have they don't necessarily have the best seats in the house now. Yeah, they could be watching, the big screen television and stuff like that. If they got one in the Barclays Center and stuff like that, and they'll be able to actually see what's going on. But that's not always the case when, you're at a live event. Sometimes at a live event, you're drinking alcohol. You might be having a conversation about something other than what the event, such as boxing, that what I'm saying, it's like going to a baseball game. You might be talking about what you guys ate for dinner, other than actually watching the guys playing baseball or anything else. So there's a lot of distractions, and you got a lot of people speaking, and there's a lot of outside influence and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, with that being said, some of these, fans that were booing on the decision, it might be in their first boxing match that they ever saw. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they're used to a certain skill level. Maybe there's a few people who like reckless abandonment, fights. Maybe these people go to a lot of amateur fights, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I like boxing. I go to the high school gym and I watch these guys fight all the time. So we're not sure, what the quality of boxing these individuals are used to watching. You get what I'm saying? So moving along from that, maybe they thought Shawn Porter won because they don't know how to score, you know what I'm saying? And maybe because a lot of other people thought, Shawn Porter won this fight. A lot of knowledgeable people who, let's say, how, I guess self-proclaimed they got a lot of knowledge about boxing and stuff like that. Maybe they forgot, how to score a fight, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't know how to score a fight or something like that. So I was like, let's stick with the facts. let's stick with the facts. Let's go back to school. Let's go back to square one about regarding Shawn Porter not winning this fight, and I'll make my argument on this one. Point number one: effective aggression. Now I'm on coolmaterial.com. Now they got an article, how to score a boxing match, right? Okay, how to score a boxing match. And we're gonna use this, it's like four different subjects, okay? All right, four criteria that you use to score a boxing match, okay? And I'm gonna read this article right now. Now the article reads: while you'd probably do well relying on your eyeball test to determine the winner of each round, it helps to know what a judge is looking for, okay? So it helps you to know what a judge is looking for, okay? When the judge is scoring a fight. These are the things that help determine which fighter won a round. Okay, here we go. Effective aggression, ring generalship, defense, hard and clean punches. Okay, effective aggression. Now they define it as this. This is how they stated in the article. Being aggressive gives the impression of dominance, but unless the boxer is landing shots and not constantly getting countered, it's not exactly effective. I'll read that again. But unless the boxer is landing shots and not constantly getting countered, it's not exactly effective. Judges look for effective aggression, where the aggressor constantly lands his punches and avoids those of his opponents. Who does that sound like? Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? A guy who, for some reason, is able to make all his opponents land almost less than 20% of the punches thrown in each fight, right? I don't know how he does that, but he does, doesn't it? And so, I think when it comes to effective aggression in regards to Shawn Porter, wow, man, I don't think he was so aggressive. I mean, he threw 662 punches. He only landed 30% of those. And Keith Thurman threw less. He threw 539 punches, and he landed... Shawn Porter landed 36% of his punches. Keith Thurman threw less, 539 punches, but landed 44% of his punches. Okay? So, I mean, there you go right there, man. I don't think Shawn Porter was very effective being, so aggressive. For one, he was all over the place. There was many times in the fight where he lost his balance and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He was very sloppy. And that's all I'm gonna say as far as controlled, effective aggression. You know what I'm saying? He was getting countered a lot, probably so much that actually, he threw more jabs than Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman wasn't even trying to throw the jab. He was just like loading up, constantly countering Shawn Porter. And so, with that being said, effective aggression, Shawn Porter wasn't effective, man. He was constantly getting countered by Keith Thurman. Okay? Ring generalship, the fighter who controls the action and forces his will in style. Okay. Now, it was an ebb and flow, man. Like I said, Keith Thurman will adjust. He's an open-minded guy. It was mentioned by the color commentators, that Keith Thurman, he reads books and stuff like that. He, plays the flute and the piano. I said that in my prediction video, and they ended up saying the same thing. That he's more a well-rounded, character, as a. And I mentioned that he dude's like a samurai warrior. He's more spiritual than well, I can't say. He's just more spiritual. He reads a lot of books about philosophy and stuff like that. And I was mentioning, like, these are both God-fearing men, but Shawn Porter, he only reads one book, and that's the Bible. That's the only book we saw him with. Like this whole build up to this fight, and when they were doing like the interviews, the Showtime All Access stuff, and so yeah, man, Keith Thurman, like I said, he has a yin and yang thing, man. Either you following him, or he's following you, and that's what I saw, man. To me, he had control of the fight. He didn't do anything he didn't want to do. When he wanted to back Shawn Porter up, he backed him up. When he wanted to sit there and gun it out with Shawn Porter, he did. And when he wanted to move away and dance around the ring, Shawn Porter called it running. But when Keith Thurman was stalking him, what was he doing? Running. But let's just say he was like milling, okay? Defense. How well is a boxer slipping, parrying, and blocking punches? Good defense is important. Keith Thurman mentioned that. Defense. He's like, my defense was way better than Shawn Porter's. And he got to show stats via CompuBox. Keith Thurman lands 40% of his punches. Shawn Porter lands 36% of his. Okay, who landed the most punches? It was Shawn Porter, but Shawn Porter only landed one more punch. You get what I'm saying? So he threw more. He threw 130, almost 124 punches. 123 more punches than Keith Thurman, but only landed one more punch. That doesn't, man, come on, bro. That doesn't sound so effective to me. All right. So on the defensive front, Keith Thurman wins that, man. Hard and clean punches. To the untrained eye, to the untrained eye, it can appear as if a boxer is landing a lot of shots, when in fact, most are being blocked and aren't landing flush. A judge needs to look for hard shots that land clean. Okay, you want to read that again? To the untrained eye, it appears as if a boxer is landing a lot of shots, when in fact, most are being blocked or aren't landing flush. A judge needs to look for hard shots that land clean. Okay? Yep. I know you're thinking about it. You're thinking like, man, Keith Thurman did land a lot of clean shots on Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter buckled a lot in that fight, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He got one good one in on Keith Thurman, that body shot. And we know what Keith Thurman did. Just like in a Luis Collazo fight, he hung tough and he fought like a champion. That was it. I think I was in the 9th round. I gave that Porter. Who was that? The ninth? I'm not sure. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Keith Thurman landed the harder and cleaner punches, not Shawn Porter. No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. So with that being said, man, congratulations to Keith Thurman. A lot of people ask for a rematch. I don't need to see one. I do need to see him progress and go against Danny Garcia, and then we need to go ahead and see the Vargas versus Brook winner, man. Jesse Vargas versus Kell Brook winner. Go against the Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman winner. Have a tournament and just go ahead and see who's the man at 147. Forget all the mandatories and stuff like that. If anything, outside of Earl Spence, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Earl Spence. A lot of people seem to be ducking him in the IBF and stuff like that for all these mandatories and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think he'd be well served by fighting more people, man. Earl Spence, but nobody seems to want to fight him. Except for Bundu, and maybe a few unknown guys probably want to get their name, out there or something like that, or get paid. You know what I'm saying? Because they gotta pay bills, But outside of that, man, yeah, maybe like I think Earl Spence should just maybe just stay active, man. And it would be nice to see Earl Spence maybe fight one of those top guys or something like that. Out of that little 4-man tournament that I mentioned. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think. Did I say anything wrong, man? Cause I stuck with the facts, man. How to score a fight. And if you just read it for yourself, this article that I'm putting in the link in the description below, you're going to see that I'm right, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You're going to see. All right. And I ain't the only one, man. I ain't the only. Paulie Malignaggi said, Keith Thurman won. And it is what it is. I don't think he even agreed with the scoring, but he was like, man, Keith Thurman won that fight. Hands down. A lot of other fighters didn't think so. But then again, they wishy-washy, man. They wishy-washy as far as they scoring and stuff like that, But I'll catch y'all later. Bye.